my name in the lights. Better get right, I'm champion. The game is in trouble. I've been in my depth for the piece of the puzzle. I got it for real. Still keep me going. I wake
Music
up
licensing reimagined.
in the field, man of the town. You been in your fields. I'm adjusting this crown. Call me your majesty. Either that or your tragedy. We shutting everything down. I've been hot like somebody put a candle on. Off top, I don't really stand opponents. This mine. The moment is run out and start a bunch of pandemonium. More game, I got some. The skill is by one. Y'all done. The game in the coffin. Referee screen rest in peace and think twice if you next to me. It's West. This ain't no regular thing. I came for the ring. You know what I mean.
Artlist.io.
Shoot my shot and it's clean. This is my city, yeah, this is my team. If you talking, it's hard to me nice. I play with all of my life. You see my name in the lights. Better get right, I'm champion. It's our repetition. I'm stacking these trophies. I'm good with addition. I spit like a pastor. I give you the vision. Up early morning, enough for the sleep in my life is
Music licensing
Haters
reimagined.
get livid. My pocket's Pacific. That's deep if you get it. So therapeutic. I sleep on the critics. Don't feel like competing. I'm hearing these stickers. Whoa, let me switch the flow. A new bounce. Coming to the den with a lion. I'm gon' pounce. Know I've been a king for a while. Got a ring and a crown. That's the bling with the blow. What the team is about. Champions. You can tell by the ambience of this sound. Referee screen rest in peace and think twice if you never see me. Just no doubt. This ain't no regular thing. I came for the ring. You know what I mean.
Artlist.io.
If you talking, it's hard to me nice. I play with all of my life. You see my name in the lights. Better get right. This ain't no regular thing. I came for the ring. You know what I mean. I shoot my shot and it's clean. This is my city, yeah, this is my team.
Music licensing reimagined.
I play with all of my life. You see my name in the lights. Better get right, I'm champion.
Good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening. Wow. Atmosphere, what's going on, Chef? What's going on with you? Welcome in from the Channel 9 studio. This is Sports Chat with Mr. 33. I am he, Mr. 33. We had a weekend of entertainment, didn't we? We had boxing last night. We had NFL today. But y'all know I'm going to start in the NFL off the gate. And that wild one. That's why Atmosphere is here. That's my guy. That's my chef. But I know he want to talk about the Cowboy Giant game. And we'll go right into that. What a game. It was a lot of points put up on that scoreboard today. Dallas Cowboys did come out with a victory. They ended up tying the game. That fourth quarter was something else. You had Dallas take the lead. You had the Giants come back with about 50-some-odd seconds to come back and score. You had the Cowboys that tied up with a 64-yard field goal at the end of the game to tie it. And then you had the Cowboys with a win. I agree with you because I'm about to show that stat. I'm about to show that stat right now. So, like I said, the Cowboys they did a lot of crazy things today, right? Let's just look at this, right? We see in the fourth quarter. I don't know if you guys can see it, but I'll read it off to you. So they ended up scoring 41 points in the fourth quarter. The Giants, like I said, it was back and forth. It was something else. You have 41 points, and then it was just a great finish, right? But the Cowboys did sneak it out. You know, I know a lot of people going to say, well, for me, Russell Wilson had a great game, as I'm going to show his stats. He had that one pass that, I don't know how he ain't got no interception. He got an interception in overtime. I don't know that's not accurate. He had 454 yards, 3 touchdowns, that poor interception. We see CeeDee Lamb had a great game. Wait a minute, what's going on? I gotta go back. Oh, here I go. Malik Davis had a great game. Malik Davis put himself on he put himself out there, but we already knew he was a great receiver. 9 receptions for 167 yards, 2 touchdowns. CeeDee Lamb, he had his moments It was like spurts, but he had 9 receptions for 112 yards. Dak had a decent game, 328 yards. But what I think happened with the Giants, like I said, they had almost 100 and they had about 160 some odd yards of turnover. I mean, of penalties. You can't win no football game by doing all that. There's no way. There go Russell Wilson stats: 29 of 39 for 454 yards. Dak was 38. He threw the ball 52 times. I didn't even realize he threw the ball 52 times. For 361 yards. That game was something else. But this is how you know the defense was that bad for the Cowboys. They right after this game, right? Even though they're 1-1, they're 1-1, but as of right now, they went and signed Jadeveon Clowney, the former number 1 draft pick, right after the game. So you know they was not pleased with what Russell Wilson did tonight. Now, or this afternoon. I don't know if people are going to still be, you know, I live in that city. So if I know people still going to be calling for Jackson Dart, but you can't call for him this week because that 450, that's his best game ever. 29 of 39 for 454 yards. No running game to really speak of. He was part of the running game. You did see Jackson Dart come in for 3 plays. It was handoffs and option plays. They introduced him to the league. But this was not on Russell Wilson. As a matter of fact, if you go back into the beginning of the game, you saw the left tackle, Hudson. He had 4 penalties by himself on the first drive. So you knew they was not disciplined enough to win this game. And sure enough, like I said, you can't give a team 160 yards in penalties. That's almost two football fields. You can't give the Dallas Cowboys no thing like that. I don't care what they do. They're a professional team. And even though they slid up in there with that victory, there's a lot to be desired for the Cowboys. But they did get the win. Dak did what he needed to do. But I tell you what, if they didn't win that game, it would have been a whole lot of barking and chewing going on in Dallas. Jerry Jones was relieved. I thought he was about to go down for that. Like, wait a minute. You know, like he sighed so loud, his face showed it. I mean, that was just something else. But a big win for the Cowboys nonetheless. They're now 1-1. The Giants are now 0-2. Strange game in Kansas City, Kansas City. That's what I'm talking about, Kansas City. As the Eagles come up with a 20-17 victory over the Kansas City Chiefs, which puts the Chiefs in an odd looking scenario. They're 0-2 for the first time since 2014. But this is why they're 0-2, right? Look at Patrick Mahomes' stats. He's 16 of 29 for 187 yards. He's the leading rusher on the team with 66 yards on 7 carries. He was running for his life. But, you know, when you have that defensive line that the Eagles do, you're going to be like that. Is it that or is it a poor offensive line by the Chiefs? Nothing to sneeze at. But this game turned on an interception that wasn't Patrick Mahomes' fault. We normally think of Travis Kelce catching everything. He didn't catch everything. He definitely didn't catch this interception that was leading to the touchdown. But the Eagles got the ball, turned it back upfield, and they scored a field goal off of that. And ever since that play, you know, I mean, Kansas City did score on a long touchdown pass to what's the kid name? Thornton. But They never had a chance, you know. Well, I want y'all to look at this stat, right? Jalen Hurts was 15 of 22 for 101 yards. 101 yards. Saquon had 88 rushing yards with 22 carries, but they even had a clip of Chris Jones having a conversation with Jalen Hurts, like, you didn't even have any 100 yards. And Jalen Hurts said, "Well, we won the game. Shut up." Right? And that's the name of the game. You know what I mean? They did what they needed to do. They got enough offense to win the game. They did enough work to shut down Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs. They go to 2-0. The Eagles do, and Kansas City goes to 0-1. 0-2. Other scores in the NFL that happened this weekend or this Sunday. The Seahawks. What is going on with the Seahawks? 31-17 over Green Bay. This was supposed to have been about DK Metcalf coming back to DK Metcalf playing against his old team because the game was in Pittsburgh. But this was more about Sam Darnold. Sam Darnold had a great game, whether we like it or not. 22, well, it was decent. Let me not say great. 22 of 33 for 295 yards, 2 touchdowns, 2 picks. They had a running game. Kenneth Walker III had 105 rushing yards. Aaron Rodgers, he didn't have the game like he had last week against the Jets. 18 of 33, 203 yards, 1 touchdown, 2 picks. This game was won in the second half as the Seahawks went on a 24-3 second half outburst. They had a strange play that happened in this game. A kickoff was given to the Steelers. It hit the guy's helmet, rolled into the end zone. Seattle covered it, scored a touchdown. That was like the beginning of the end of the game for these guys, for the Steelers. Aaron Rodgers was, he was beefing with the wide receivers because of turnovers and interception. He threw one in the end zone. So now the Steelers are 1-1, and Seattle's 1-1. Wild game in Denver today as the Broncos lose to the Colts 29-28. But here's how it ended. Score was 28-26. 3 seconds to go. The kicker missed the field goal. There was a flag on the play. What do you call that? They called the penalty on the Broncos, moved it up 15 yards, got the re-kick with no seconds on the clock. Field goal was good. Now the Colts are 2-0. Broncos are 1-1. Daniel Jones, he didn't turn the ball over. I guess I don't know what's going on. Is there something in the water in Indy? Because he won 2 games in a row. 23 of 34 for 316 yards. He's spreading the ball all over the place. Josh Downs was the lead receiver, but he connected with 8 different receivers for the 316 yards, and Jonathan Taylor had 165 rushing yards. So the Broncos wasn't as dominant on defense as they was said to be. But Bo Nix, you can't really fault Bo Nix. He was 22 of 30 for 206 yards, 3 touchdowns. You can't fault that. It was just they got that penalty, and that made them lose that game. So now the Broncos are 1-1. The Colts is in 2-0 in the AFC South. So it's a lot to examine as far as that goes. Other scores in the NFL, we see that the Detroit Lions they they got back on a winning track by annihilating the I almost said the Detroit Bears, the Chicago Bears, 52-21. We got the Bengals 31, Jacksonville 27. But in the Cincinnati game, Cincinnati Bengals was 31. Jacksonville was 27. But in this game, oh my God, what's the quarterback name? Joe Burrow went down with a toe injury. They're examining it. We'll get some more information tomorrow. He did not return. Their backup was Browning, and he had a decent game. No, he didn't have a decent game. I'm lying. 21-32 for 241 yards, 2 touchdowns, 3 picks. But Jamar Chase and T. Higgins, they carried them enough to get the win. Oddly enough, in this game, they came back in the last few seconds to win this game. But in this game, they called a very questionable pass interference on the rookie Travis Hunter. Those of you that know who Travis Hunter is, he was a Heisman Trophy winner. It was a very questionable pass interference. It got the Cincinnati Bengals on the Jaguars side of the field with about a minute to change, and they capitalized with a go-ahead touchdown to win the game. So that was very questionable to me, but it helps the Bengals get to a 2-0 record, and Jags is 1-1. Also today we had the 49ers beat the Saints 26-21. San Francisco 2-0. This game was played without Brock Purdy and I almost said Derek Waller. The tight end, I forgot the tight end's name, right? It'll pop into my head. But the 49ers go up to 2-0. I don't know what's going on with New England. With Miami, but they lost 33-27 to the Patriots. In that game, the Dolphins took the lead on a kickoff return, and the very next play was another kickoff, and the Patriots scored. That was the game-winning touchdown. They scored a field goal at the end, but now the Patriots is 1-1. The Dolphins is 0-2. There will be some more arguing in Miami. You can book that. So that'll be the talk of the town. The Rams 33, the Titans 19. So the Rams is 2-0. If we talk about the Cardinals was 27. The Panthers is 22. So the Cardinals, the Rams, the 49ers are all 2-0. And the Seahawks with their win is 1-1. I think that's all the scores I got. I think I got every score. I said the Ravens 41-17 over the Browns. Not even close. And of course, tonight's game was the Atlanta Falcons 22, the Vikings 6. They both go to 1-1. So a lot of things happened over the weekend. So we'll get to next week. After tomorrow night in the NFL, there will be 2 Monday Night Football games. The first game will be the Texans playing the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. The second game will be at 10 o'clock or around about 10 o'clock. And the Los Angeles Chargers will be in Vegas to play the Raiders. And speaking of the Vegas Raiders, the Las Vegas Aces of the WNBA are playing right now in the playoffs as the WNBA started their playoffs today. The Aces are up by 28 points in the fourth quarter, 84-56. In the series, the best of 3 series. This was the 4th game of the day. The other winners of today, the New York Liberty won on the road against the Phoenix Mercury in the 4-5 matchup. The Minnesota Lynx defeated the Valkyries of Golden State to take their 1-0 lead, and the Atlanta Dreams defeated the Indiana Fevers to take their 1-0 lead. We have the Aces will play Wednesday. No, they play Tuesday for game 2, and the Dreams will play game 2 and on Tuesday, and the Lynx and the Liberty will play their game 2s on Wednesday. So that's the update for the WNBA. I don't know if anybody had an opportunity to watch that fight last night, but there was history made. For those of you that don't know, Terrence Crawford defeated Little Floyd on the bench at the Aces game. That's what's up. Terrence Crawford defeated Canelo Alvarez. They in a unanimous decision. I thought it was a great fight too. Atmosphere. I don't think that fight was close. I was hoping my co-host would pop up and we'll have a discussion. But I thought the fight was really a 10-2 fight. Because I think they gave him a round after the 5th round. I didn't think he won a round after the 5th round. He got that 5th round, but this ain't even about Canelo Alvarez. This was about Terrence Crawford and how great he put on. He put on the display like no other, right? I know they're gonna have it. This is the conversation that they should be having. Is Bud Crawford the greatest? You know, they say Floyd is the greatest because he's 51-0, but this fight right here, it solidified everything for me. He fought Bud fought Canelo. He took out Errol Spence. Who did he not fight? That's the question. Who did he not fight? We all believe that Floyd Mayweather may have, he fought everybody, but he fought everybody out of season. He fought Canelo when he was young. He caught Roy Jones when he was older. He caught not Roy Jones, Sugar Shane when he was older. This is going to be a conversation that leads all over the place. We will probably have that some more. Also, they're also talking about, speaking of Errol Spence, they're talking about having Errol Spence fight what is the guy named Charlo, the one that fought Canelo last. They talking about making that boxing match possible. It's going to be interesting because we want to see what Errol Spence looked like. He hasn't come back. He hasn't fought. He hasn't been seen since Bud Crawford took care of him in that ring. And neither is Charlo when it comes to Canelo. So if that match happens, that'll be an awesome thing to view, just to see if these guys both recovered, one recovered, nobody recovered. Will it be sloppy? It just, sometimes you just want to see how far a person comes on their worst defeat, right? Especially Errol Spence. That has to be his worst defeat, because that boxing match was just something that it wasn't even expected. Yeah, that's why I agree with that too. Atmosphere. It's just like I said. But when you lose the way that they lost to Canelo and Bud Crawford, I just don't know. Sometimes the defeat can take you off your game. Like I said, I don't think Errol Spence has fought since that fight. But enough of them, because it's like I said, this is really about Bud Crawford getting his flowers, and he's a great man. He's a humble man. He took the pictures with all of Canelo's belts, went into the press conference while Canelo was having his press conference. He walked in, dapped him up, said, spoke to his child, and said, "You know what? These are your belts. I'm going to give this back to you. These are your special belts. We already, I'm paraphrasing, but y'all know what it is. We know he's the undisputed champion. I'm gonna give you your belts. They're gonna make my own." And they did have a belt at the fight last night anyway, with a ring belt anyway. So, just a class act by Bud Crawford, and I ain't gonna lie to y'all, I was kind of worried when he got headbutted in the what was that, the 9th round, the 10th round. I had predicted that he was going to knock him out, and Bud Crawford was going to knock him out. If anytime after the 9th round, when that 9th round came though, I was excited. I seen him put that work in. I'm like, ooh, he going down. He going down. And I'm like, but that was a clinic. That was a clinic that was displayed last night. That is not textbook. That's just execution. That's how you take the heart from an individual. Right? Everybody was worried about Bud Crawford, the weight he had to put on the weight. They thought it wasn't going to hold up. They thought Canelo was that dude that was going to punish him. I agree, atmosphere, and that's why I thought, but the way that Bud Crawford was connecting on those punches those last 3 rounds, especially that 12th round, that meme that's all over social media, it's like godly. He put that work in. He's like, I thought somebody would throw in the towel when they put that meme up. This is slow-mo. It is something else. But like I said, he did a great job. A lot of people doubted he can hold it up. I think Andre Ward was like, I don't think he can hold up. I think Canelo's going to do this, that. Roy Jones Jr. said, nah, this is all about Bud Crawford. And I know all of those guys that was there, the Mike Tysons, the Lennox Lewis, the Rockman. Did they say Julio Chavez was there? They was like, all of those guys that was there, they have to appreciate what was on display last night. Some might even be shocked because the way Canelo was moving, it was like godly. He's not. That's not Canelo Alvarez. That's somebody else. But I think that me personally, I think he couldn't figure out Bud. And once he couldn't figure out Bud, he was so frustrated, he didn't know what to do with himself. So, once they heard, it was like, oh my God, he can't do it. So, but like I said, that was just great for boxing, right? Like, the best of the best was at it. The undisputed champion was Canelo. You can't that can't be the case no more because there's a new undisputed champ. What up, though? Shout out to my co-host, my 33 brother. Yeah, I was live. You live and I'm live. How that work? So I was about to come over there and dial at you. But like I said, beautiful. That was just the art of defense, the art of taking somebody off of their psychological game. It was unbelievable. What up, though?
What up, though? Shit, I didn't even know you was live, bro.
Yeah, I was live. Don't worry about it. I was about to come over there with you, but me personally, I was just telling the chat, I don't believe that score was correct. I don't like the scoring at all.
Hell no, bro. I gave him 3 rounds because his name is Canelo Alvarez, or what he gave to I gave him 3 rounds because of that, but man, he might have won 2. Bud beat his ass, man. He beat his ass. Bro. He took his belt off and just whooped him around the room. That's all he did. It was like, boo, 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 come over here. Boo, boo, I'm over here now. Come here. Boo, boo, boo. He has already been proven, bro. Like, even when he fought, what's his name? Damn, what is his name? The laundry guy.
Charlo?
No, not Charlo. I'm gonna get his name. But
who you talking about, Bud?
No, when Canelo fought, damn, what is his name? Is on the tip of my tongue. They gave Canelo the fight, but he actually lost.
Oh, the last fight. I think you're talking about.
No, not the last fight. This was a while back. This was right after he lost against Floyd before he lost to Bivol. Alexandre Landry or something like that. I can't say his name, but anyway, uh, another boxer, bro. Bivol. Bivol was a boxer. You know,
Mm-hmm.
if they big enough to take his hits. But see, that's what I'm saying. Bud even said, man, and Canelo even admitted it. I do give him respect. I do give him respect though, because he ain't make no excuses. He said, hey, he just better than me. Dude is better than me, man. Look, he better than me. I still won because I walked away. I walked out of this bitch with 150 million, so I still win, even though I lost. I still fucking win. So I mean, I give him all his props for that, bro. At least he was, 100 with it, right? Like shit, he better than me.
Yeah, because what I saw after that fifth round, I gave him the fifth round. After that, I didn't give him no. I didn't give him a round after the fifth round.
Bro, I think it was at the end of the sixth or end of the seventh when Canelo tried to touch gloves with him at the end of the round. I was like, fight over. I was like, Canelo knows he can't do nothing with Bud.
Right.
At that point, Canelo showed like, and then after that, bro, he kept getting hit, stepping back. Like, this motherfucker keep hitting me, bro. Like, he wasn't hurt. That's the thing. Canelo, he probably got the best chin in boxing ever, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you. Canelo probably got the best chin in boxing ever, bro. Because he was getting hit, and he was like, God damn, that shit. He hit me. Like, he really hit me. That looked like I've never seen Canelo. When he was fighting with Floyd, he was getting frustrated because Floyd was tapping him. He never showed like, oh my God, I got hit. When Bud hit him, because he had him on Bambi leg, I think he could have dropped him. I don't know if it would have knocked him out, but he could have dropped him.
I thought
definitely.
I was looking at that ninth round. I was like, oh my God, it's gonna happen because I said the ninth round he's gonna drop him, and he's like, nah, I think he's gonna hold on. But that ninth round, he came out.
Bro, the fucking 12th round, I'm like, Bud, the fight over. Bud, like, fuck that, bro.
Nah, he want to make sure.
I'm hitting you as many times as humanly possible.
He wanted to make sure. Yes, sir.
Like, oh, where you going? Come here. Take some more of this. You gonna get high. You gonna hit this Bud. This Bud gonna hit you. Yeah, but shout out to the GOAT, man. The greatest of all time, bro. Definitely on Mount Rushmore now, bro. Definitely.
They have to. That's what I was just asking then before you came up. Do y'all like he has to go on the list? There's no like who he didn't fight, who did he not fight, who did he miss? Like this ain't a Floyd situation where he got Roy at an older age, Sugar Shane he didn't catch he catching people right on time, and he's the older guy.
Mm-hmm.
He beat Bud. So what's left? You see what I'm saying? That's why I kept asking him, if you do step away, what's gonna happen? Like if you do, if you don't, like what is left for him to prove? There's nothing left for him to prove. Let's just be realistic. I don't think so. Now there may be, I don't know if they're gonna say a Bivol fight. I don't know what they're gonna try. I don't know what they're gonna try to put up there. But what's left? Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, he done, bro. Bud done. Bud needs to just shut it down, bro. He ain't got nothing else to prove to nobody. But I mean, all that showed was why everyone avoided Bud his whole career. Why all those big names? Why Floyd avoided him? Why Earl Spence avoided him? Why Canelo was avoiding him? That's all it showed. Everybody was avoiding him, man. And rightfully so, bro. He'll hold it in peace, bro. But I told you that. Like I seen it in his eye, bro. Like, nah, that's the same way. That's the same way he looked at Earl, bro. Canelo lucky he could take them hits because Canelo didn't. If Canelo wasn't Canelo, bro, he would have been like Earl.
Yeah, he would have got annihilated. Like he systematically just picked them. He picked them apart. And I'm like, yo, this is just like an art form. This is like a Mona Lisa exhibition. He just ping, 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 ping. And then I'm beefing with Max Keller. Like Max, you wild, and you talk about he pitter patter. That pitter patter. He was confused. Like, yo,
Nah,
Every
bro, it was
time I get
sweating him out.
available, yeah, he was surgical with it. I'm like, y'all tripping with pitter patter. You call it what you want. I'm calling it effective. It was effective enough to where, you know what, Canelo, he already a statue. He was stuck in mud. Like he couldn't even move after that. I'm like, this is unbelievable. And like I said, that crazy ass scoring, I'm like, there's no way in the world. I had 118, 110. I'm like, nah, ain't no way in the world y'all doing this to him. But I think that's why he did that in the 12th round. He's like, just in case y'all try to say he got 4 or 5 rounds, let me nip this in the bud now. And he went on that display in the 12th round. He like, I'm gonna solidify this win, but no doubt. It better not be no doubt after that. And that's exactly what he did.
Yeah, man, let me get over here, bro. They in here waiting.
All righty, go ahead, man. I'll be over there in a second. Shout out to the co-host, the 33 brother. We're gonna go on over there, bring your own topics to this panel. We coming over there in a second. As far as this show, we spoke about the NFL, you know, big win for the Colts. I can't believe I just said that. A crazy game in Dallas. I know I know my chef is he's upset, but he'll take the win. You'll take that win, though, won't you, Atmosphere? You'll take the win over the Giants today in the shootout in almost at Texas Stadium. And the $1 billion playpen. Like I said, we saw the Colts go 2-0. We saw the 49ers and the Cardinals 2-0 on the low. They quietly doing that on the low. The Rams continue to win. We saw the Lions get back on track. We see who else? We saw Buffalo keep going forward with the annihilation of my Jets, 30-10. Baltimore picking up steam. They go to 1-1 with the annihilation of the Browns. Now the questions is going to probably start in Cleveland. Is Saquon? Is Shador going to be there or Dylan Gabriel? We need a spark. We can't win by scoring 15 and 17 points. That question will probably be asked throughout the week. We will have those conversations as soon as they have those conversations because we want to know what's going on in Cleveland. Like I said, for Russell Wilson, he brought himself another week. There should not be no Jackson Dart talk. As 454 yards, you kept him in the game. Now that interception made it didn't clear you entirely, but your play before then did. It gave you another week. And y'all going to Kansas City. I think y'all play Sunday Night Football in Kansas City, the Giants and the Chiefs. It's going to be a crazy game because they both 0-2. I like the Giants pass rush. They did make Dak look a little crazy tonight for a moment. But you know, when you get that turnover, you get short field, everything is possible. But like I said, it's we going forward in the season. Baseball's get ready to shut down. They got 2 weeks to go. Wild cards positions is getting ready to be settled in the next couple of weeks. Like we got the WNBA playoffs in effect. The Aces just won just to make their series go up 1-0 in a 3-game set. The best of 3. Everything is in that boxing match. I would suggest y'all go ahead and rewatch that fight because if you are a boxing fan, you got to love what was on display last night. We stayed up late to watch every moment of it. So, you know, congratulations to Bud Crawford. Sad note in the boxing world as former champion Ricky Hatton passed away this morning, I believe. They found him in his home unresponsive. No report has been, you know, we don't know what happened. We just know that he passed away at the age of 46. Condolences to his family, condolences to his fans and friends. But, you know, it's I didn't want to overshadow the fight, but that's tough news in the world of boxing because he was respected for being that boxer that everybody had to fight about 20 years ago. So 25 years ago. So, once again, Ricky Hatton passed away at the age of 46. So, our condolences to Ricky Hatton, his family and loved ones. But we'll be back tomorrow night to talk about the 2 Monday night games. If anything, if that second game between the Chargers and the Raiders is exciting or whatever the case be, I'll probably do some play-by-play with that. Also, we know that Monday Night Raw is tomorrow. For those of you that watch Raw is starting at 7 p.m. tomorrow night, 1 hour earlier. So you got to be attentive to that. So that probably end about 10 o'clock. So, it's a lot going. Like I said, it's a lot going on in the world of sports. For us sports fans, it's something to get excited about. But like I said, that fight. I'm sorry, I keep talking about that fight, but that fight. What's with the listen? I don't know what's going on. I think a lot of people is upset with that too. Atmosphere with the WrestleMania 43 and 27. That's going to be a 2-day event. That's going to be at 1 o'clock, and that's going to be on ESPN. And they're going to be trying to make you buy. Ain't nobody got. I don't know, man. I don't know, but yeah, and then they got the Wrestling Palooza. They had the Wrestling Palooza that's getting ready. Their first ESPN event is next Saturday. I was watching Worlds Collide. Congratulations to Dirty Dom. Dirty Dom, he won the championship in Lucha Libre. So now he's that champ and the Intercontinental champ in WWE. So, congratulations to Dirty Dom. We'll probably see him tomorrow. I think they're still building up a match or two for WrestlePalooza. I think they only got 5 matches set for that day. Yeah, they're part of it. They're part of their TKO. TKO and shit. That's who he was at the fight last night. Him, Triple H. If you was watching the fight, Triple H was there. Stephanie was there. Dana White was there. I think they're all collaborating because they all on the ESPN family now, right? You got WWE on ESPN. You got UFC, who's always been on ESPN, and now they team up with Netflix now. TKO's they in Netflix, so don't be shocked if UFC try to make a contract with Netflix as well. So they all combining together, but we'll have those conversations tomorrow. But as of right now, we sitting here. I can't believe that fight was so awesome, y'all. I could talk about that all night. But in the meantime, in between time from the Channel 9 studio, I appreciate everybody coming through. My co-host, my 33 brother Word, my favorite chef, Atmosphere, and anybody else that was here that didn't, that was in the bushes. We'll be back around this time tomorrow talking about the 2 Monday night games again and Raw. So with that being said, if y'all listening, go on over to the Word channel. Keep allowing people to have their own conversation, their own topic. We'll be over there shortly. But from the Channel 9 studio, this is Mr. 33 signing off. See y'all tomorrow, or see y'all tonight because it's 12 o'clock.